people are like, what's your secret, Dave? You'll never find a tool in your lifetime.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Wake up, legendary. This is your boy Ryan coming in live from the man's house himself, Mr. David Sharpe. We're over in Treasure Island today because we got some very specific plans. We're doing something a little bit unique today. And so I'm just tuning in from my phone. I mean, this is just going to be cool and quick. Check out this view. I mean, it's beautiful out here today. We got, I don't know, it's got to be like low 80s, nice breeze. And we're just hanging out. We're having a good old time out here today. And I got the man, hopefully the wind's not too bad. I got the man, Dave Sharpe, right here. And we got our buddy Webb. He's one of our Inner Circle clients. And he is taking a very serious investment in himself, and he's here spending a couple days with Dave and myself to really level up himself and level up his business. And so, I mean, this is going to be a quick and short and sweet live today. I mean, it's just cool. This is just sometimes what being in business online looks like. And so, we're out here and we're just making the most of the time we got and enjoying every minute of it. And it's incredible. So I got the man, Dave Sharpe, right here. He's got a few things he wants to say to you. I'm going to pass the phone over, and he's got a couple messages for you, and I'll check right back in with you here in a second. Here you go.
Hey, buddy. Hey, guys. What's going on, my friends? Hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for the intro there, Ryan. Today we're going to be short and sweet. We're hanging out here with one of our clients, Webb. And the man, you know him, you love him if you've met him, and he was in Austin, so a lot of you did meet Webb, and we're just enjoying a little bit of weather right now, and having a conversation here before we kind of get started for the day. We're going to be doing some recording. We're going to be doing some planning. We're talking a lot about YouTube right now. And we're talking about some changes that even we're going to be making here to our own kind of marketing strategy, our own marketing plan, because things are changing, not only with the whole kind of marketplace, but also platform-specific things. Like, for example, sometime this month, I think within days, all of the lives of Wake Up Legendary, for example, all of the live recordings are going to get deleted off of Facebook. I know, it's crazy, right? It's insane. But I mean, Facebook's probably looking at their server bill and they're going, all these people who recorded lives, were hosting those videos on our platform. We're going to go ahead and we're going to just, in one fell swoop, we're going to just delete all of those recordings. And so thank God we've been just simply uploading the recordings of Wake Up Legendary over onto our YouTube channel, which I was actually looking at my YouTube channel last night. You can go over and subscribe to it. It's David Sharpe Live. There's going to be a lot of content that's going on that YouTube channel in the future. But I actually was looking at that YouTube channel and I was noticing that I had started it back in 2011. In 2011, I can't remember the exact date. I could actually pull it up for you right here and get you the exact date. But 2011 was when I started my YouTube channel, and just by, I've not really done a whole lot with it, especially in the last September 29th. September 29th. Okay, September 29th was when I started this YouTube channel. And because over the past 4 years, we've uploaded our Wake Up Legendaries just without any additional hoopla, just a straight upload. We've been able to grow this YouTube channel to over 40,000 subscribers. Didn't have that many, post 4 or 5 years ago or pre 5 years ago. But my point here is that, you have to pay attention to how the platforms are adjusting. And right now, Facebook's making this move to delete their anything that's older than 30 days on the platform. They're just going to just delete it, right? Any lives, not reels. Very important to understand the difference between what they're actually deleting. They're not deleting reels. They're not deleting videos. They're not deleting posts. They're not deleting pictures. They're deleting live videos from Facebook. Facebook is doing this. Sometime here in July, any live that's older than 30 days. So what does that mean for us here at Wake Up Legendary? What does that mean for our strategy? What does that mean for what we're going to be doing in the future? Well, it means something. It means something for us, right? It means that essentially there's going to be a new chapter. There's going to be a brand new chapter of content strategy. And one of the things that I said to Webb today, I just said it within the first half hour of him being here, because it's like, what can I do in the next year that's going to move the needle? What can I do in the next 2, 3, 4 years that I can commit to that will really that's gonna create major impact, not just little blips on the radar. Well, exactly that. I can only tell you what I did. And back in March or April of 2020, when basically all of the shit hit the fan. I'm not going to say the words for the algorithm. I don't want to get penalized, but you know what happened back in the beginning of 2020, right? Something came from overseas, they say, or perhaps it was born here. But anyways, before you know, we were all wearing what? Face coverings and locked down at home. Well, guess what? I started doing around that time. I didn't shut it down. I picked up a phone and I went live every day. And that became my content strategy. That became my daily content commitment. That was my legendary marketing. That was my legendary marketing. And so now we've done 1,300 episodes or so, over 1,000 interviews of clients. Not because it was some major planned, oh my God, we're going to take over the world. We got VC funding. We're going to be on Netflix. There's this big plan and all these producers. No, it was me and a fucking camera on a laptop, dog. Not even on a phone or something, on a laptop. And that's how I rolled, was on a laptop for a long time. Right now I'm on a phone. Not even an iPhone, for God's sakes. Ryan's rolling on an Android. It's unbelievable. I've not seen anything like it in years. This guy's an anomaly. Look at him. This guy, stud to the 10th degree. But anyways, stud with an Android. I mean, who balls like that? This guy. He balls like that. So what's the point? Well, the point is that we're going to be going live here on Wake Up Legendary for a little while longer, but eventually here at the end of the month, that's going to come to an end. That's going to come to an end. That's right. Yeah. They are, Melissa says they are deleting massive content of Legendary on Facebook. Yes, they are, but it's not just us, it's everybody. It's everybody. Okay? And so what are we going to be doing instead, my friends? Well, we're going to be publishing a video on YouTube at 10 a.m. Eastern time every single day, 7 days a week. Because YouTube they won't delete your videos like that. Like, they're a platform for long form content. And so we have to figure out, just as you do. Everybody thinks that the successful, like, oh, Dave must have all the answers all the time. Well, no, I got to actually think when stuff happens, how to adjust to it and what to do. And it's a business. And that was the same exact thing that I'm sitting here and I'm telling Webb, and he'll confirm it with head nods and come on and probably chew your ear at the end of the episode if I hand him the phone and tell you all about it. But I told him, pick something that you can do every single day, that you can commit to. Now, with Wake Up Legendary over the past 4.5 years, I committed to doing it 5 days a week. And we have done it 5 days a week. We've done it 5 days a week, friends. I've done it right here from this patio, right here, overlooking this beautiful. I've done it in garages. I've done it in cars. I've done it in tractors. Did you say? I've done it on back porches. I've done it in different states. I may have even done it in different countries. I don't know either. I don't remember.
Fact check that.
Fact check that one. On the water. Sure. I've been on the boat, on the water. I've done Wake Up Legendary everywhere. But my friends, yeah, it is about effort. It is. And you know what? It's also about working smart. Like, what is the thing that you guys can do every single day? Because if you listen to any big business owner who's done it online, and I would offer to say it's offline too, but I mostly know online, you got to have a marketing strategy that you can market every day. You got to market every day, every single day. And for us, Wake Up Legendary is a form of marketing. We get to sort of, look, I got 68 people live listening right now, and there'll probably be a few thousand in and out, few thousand more that listen to the replay, few thousand more that listen to the podcast, a few dozen or 100 or who knows over on YouTube, and then cuts of the episode. My point here is that every single day people are hearing the message, or have heard the message, have heard me, have seen me show up, have seen my face. And familiarity actually doesn't breed resentment, it breeds trust. The more you see somebody, the more you hear the same message, even though you get tired of hearing yourself. Oh, I can't make that video again. I can't talk about that again. I offer that you could do the same video in a different way every day for 365 days, and no one would probably even notice. They'd be like, damn, this guy talks about the same thing a lot, but nice to hear it again. You know how people are. People are like, yeah, I like to hear it. I like to listen to it. I go to this person to hear the same thing, right? It is muscle memory. It's repetition. It's so you guys are getting, yeah. Althea says, and know your voice too. Absolutely. Hopefully I am a soothing voice to you guys, but hey, you never know. I would assume that at least to some of you, because you come back and I start to recognize your name. But that's the hit. There's no secret. There's some principles. There's things that we do that help you to make the efforts that you're doing valuable and profitable, hopefully, and give yourself the best chance to sell something and have a business to go with the content and marketing you're doing. That's what we do. But at the end of the day, you got to decide about what work you're going to do consistently every day to market. And just believe me when I tell you that work works. There's never been a time where you've worked that it didn't work. And maybe it didn't work out the way that you wanted it, but it worked. Something worked. Something happened. And so that's what you're going to see from us. We're going to be going live, finishing Wake Up Legendary out the rest of this month. We're going to be doing what we've always done. We're going to do it all the way up until the very last day. And then starting in August, we're going to be starting to release daily videos, daily episodes, baby. You thought Netflix ain't got nothing. Nothing. Going to give you a daily fix every day. You're going to be like, give me my fix. I need my fix. I need my fix of these guys and these gals. And you know what? Yeah, it is the guys and gals. Name another community. Name, another set of people who are out there creating this much success. As a matter of fact, Webb was here talking a minute ago about how every single person when he was getting started had sort of grown and started their journey in career right here in Legendary. And so the support, the, you know, obviously the timeless principles, right? The community, the ability, the peers, right? The ability to be able to meet and connect, and how we put other people in front of you and show you other people and just bring you into the underworld of coffee shop millionaires and back porch, deca millionaires, right? Dudes and gals who are stay-at-home moms who don't have degrees or a bunch of business experience, but when you put your, and that's what I was talking about with web, and what we're going to keep talking about, and what I want everybody to remember is it's not about how much talent you have, right? It's about making sure you're doing things in the right way. Because you can, and this is one of the things about Webb, for example, sitting here. He's got a lot of energy, right? He's been successful in other things because he's learned how to do those things the right way. And this is the same thing. A lot of you are working really hard, but not getting the results that you want. That should tell you something, right? You need to make some adjustments. It's not how hard, you don't need to work harder. You need to just make some adjustments to your video. Like, take the production quality, focus a little bit more in the post, hire somebody to do the editing for you so you can stay in front of the camera more. Whatever it is, make sure that you're spending your time on your strengths and in front of the camera, or doing the marketing, especially at the beginning of your business, 80% of the time. Not 20% of the time marketing, 80% of the time going through trainings and getting ready to get ready, setting up softwares and switching funnel builders. Save your time and money from that stuff and get in front of that damn camera. Get comfortable with it. Make it your best friend. If you have some awkwardness with it, get unawkward, because you'll never find a tool in your lifetime that will give you the leverage that a camera will. Give you the ability that at a drop of a hat, at any time you either post or go live, you can instantly be speaking to a room full of people. Webb, you can't get that anywhere else, dog. You can't get that anywhere else. You can't instantly walk into a room and have a captive audience. The camera has been, people are like, what's your secret, Dave? Get comfortable on camera. That's the secret. Get comfortable on camera. Learn how to be on camera. It's the only tool that gives you that sort of leverage. Now, obviously, once you start to build your email list and your social media profiles, they give you that leverage too, right? But you got to send content. There's got to be content involved, or else they're not going to watch or engage. So getting in front of that camera and having that skill, that power to be able to throw on the camera and instantly be able to have a captive audience. Now, let me introduce you to Webb, and he's going to tell you a little bit about himself and why he started doing this. He's a 29-year sales pro in the pharmaceutical sales industry, and he wants to have an online business, and he wants to get better at learning how to sell stuff, build his audience online, and sell stuff online. Tell him why you're doing this from the perspective of somebody at your place in life, young at heart, but like me, baby, we ain't spring chickens. I mean, I'm looking white out here. Anyways.
Yeah, like I said, a big sales background. But what the toughest part is, as we mature and start getting a little bit older, what our issue is, like in my sense, I'm in pharmaceutical. I can get weeded out at any given time. And it's not the fact of worried about a job or finding a new job. Just look at the fact of trying to find a way to do things where it's just me, depending on me. Income comes in from me and my family, and we can do whatever we want with it. Not having to check in somewhere, not having to drive somewhere, not having to go. And that is the biggest key. And if you come in and see some of the results, some other people have done real well with it. I'm sitting in a beautiful place right now and I'm going, wow, okay. It's effort. And I'm going to tell you right now, when you think no one's watching, they are. It happens all the time. I got a call last week from a guy I worked with for 15 years and asked me, what was I doing? Which means he watches every video, but makes nothing forward. But just like Dave and I are talking about right now, the biggest thing is, guys, we all need to find a way to get comfortable with going live on this thing right here. We all have one. We carry it with us every day, but you got to use it. I myself, I'm bad about it. I like making little 7-second dumb videos and run away from it. But there's a point to where you've got to get off and start talking to the camera because someone wants to hear you. And I will say this, as we mature, you've got so much stuff that you've done in the past that people would love to hear about it and want to learn from you. So it makes it tough. Of course, I'm hanging out with the professional today, so it makes things a little bit difficult for me. So I'm coming in like a brand new guy today, guys. So if anyone wants to work with me and get moving, let me know. I'm ready to go. Let's set this up. It is time. But now I'm going to give it back to Dave.
Yeah, you're great, man. You're great. You know, and I even noticed it's like, it's that kind of qualification there at the end, right? To where we sort of kind of feel like we need to qualify ourselves, right? And and you don't, you know, I mean, listening to you just talk right there to you know, right up until that point where, again, you start to kind of qualify yourself and discredit yourself as if you're hanging around people who are better than you. I'm not better than you. I'm not even probably better at this than you. I've just been doing it longer, more comfortable, right? But I wouldn't call it better, because I actually think that the way he just like was talking there for those couple of minutes, we could even run it back. We're gonna run it back, because I'm gonna show him where he spoke for that minute, and I was like, yeah, that's the web we need. And then for like the last 15 seconds, it's like, you know, but I ain't shit and I don't know shit and I'm here with a bunch of pros. It's like, if all you guys would take that bullshit out of your videos, you would fucking crush it. I'm serious, man, because what you're doing on video is you're transferring confidence. You have to transfer confidence, or else people are not going to buy, or they're not going to follow. The minute that they sense, it's almost, you have to remember that people are like sharks, and what sharks have, and I know a little bit about them because I'm a fisherman, not a diver. I wonder why. But no, I'm a captain. I drive the boat around while my buddy Jeremiah goes down and dives. But sharks, they have the end of their nose, they have a sensory, like, it's really sensitive, and they can sense weakness, and they can sense things from far away. They can sense things freaking out. I think it's the electromagnetic, but it's, they sense over a mile away something's in distress, or they smell blood or whatever. Well, guess what? Human beings are the same way. And if they sense, this is why editing is so powerful with your videos. If they sense that you doubt yourself, even the littlest, you lost them. That's the number one thing that loses people in their that people lose, you know, their audience, is when you just that little bit of, I doubt myself, and they pick up on that. And so it's important for you guys, as you're talking, see what I'm doing right now? Pause. Just take a breather. If you got a good confident sentence out and you don't really know where to take it next, if you're live, just pause. Take a breath. It'll draw people in, instead of just speaking out of that anxiety or that kind of panic, like, oh shit, I'm live, or I've got to. Yeah, I know you do. And I do too. We all do. That's why I'm saying, breathe, stop, pause. If you're filming a video, you can edit that after. What a lot of you are doing, and this is where I think you guys could save yourself a ton of time. If you're going to sit down and do a video, and we're going to talk a lot about YouTube. We're going to be publishing on YouTube moving forward every day at 10 a.m. Eastern time, just in case you missed the announcement. YouTube is starting to delete all of the live recordings, everything that's older than 30 days. So we're going to move to YouTube and start uploading there at 10 a.m. Eastern time every day. So, for example, if you're also uploading to YouTube, might be a good idea, right, to do that. Sit down, put your camera on its side, film your video, and don't stop even if you trip up or say something that you wish you wouldn't have said or whatever. Just restart, and in your editing software after, edit that part out. Go through and listen to your entire video and edit it out, or have your editors do that. But my point here is that you guys sound better than you think you do. You sound better than you think you do. You're closer than you think you are. It's sort of like a batter who's got great mechanics, and he works with a batting coach, maybe in in high school, and now all of a sudden he takes those hard grounders and turns them into home runs. It's probably a 2 millimeter adjustment, you know. So again, remember, our content is about energy transference. When people are looking for solutions, they're looking for a guide, and they're looking for somebody that knows where they're going. Sure, it's important to share vulnerability and let them know you're human, but there's a difference between doing that and doubting yourself, or speaking in your videos or on your lives out of anxiety. So anyways, we're going to be working on that stuff. We're going to be filming all day today. This is kind of what we do every day. Webb is a private client and wanted to come down and shadow us for 2 days. And so that's what he's here doing. And of course, we're going to work on content and marketing material with him and get him headed in the right direction and focused in those 2 millimeter tweaks that need to happen. So we're going to get back to that. Hope you guys have a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow for another episode, as always. If you are interested in private coaching, private client partnership sort of scenarios, we've got a couple of different options. We've got accountability coaching, and we've also got private coaching with me and also Ryan. And so shoot me an email, dave@legendarymarketer.com, dave@legendarymarketer.com. If any of that sounds interesting, if you would like to inquire about accountability coaching to help you to get back on track or stay on track, if you want private coaching, we've got a small coaching group that I work with personally, and that's what Webb's a part of. Email me and I'll give you the details about that. Also, meet us in Nashville, September 5th, 6th, and 7th. Perhaps, Jalen, you can put that link up on the screen right now. I think it's legendarymarketermastermind.com/Nashville. And take our AI challenge. It's incredible. People are raving about it. You can go to that and find that at aibusinessbuilderchallenge.com. Ryan, anything else you got besides just
real well, man?
Was that a nice bow on that?
Nice bow. Nice bow. I don't want to pile on top of that. I would just make it worse.
Okay. All right, Webb.
Absolute pleasure. See everybody today. Bring it on.
All right, my friends. We'll see you later. Have a great day. You guys that link that you just posted, take that one down, not the dev at AI business, just the AI business builder challenge. Oh, look at all these, the real Allison dropping links. Thank you. You guys are so helpful. Appreciate you all. All right, my friends, have a great day. Be great. Be legendary. Get out of here, my friends. Peace.